thinking of the
that thing in your ears. That
Which I kept looking around. I'm like, what is that?
I think it did that every time it got close to the camera.
Yeah.
I do want to go that goes hell. I was just like,
That was awful.
Oh my god, dude! Seriously.
Oh, you bastard!
In case y'all don't know, this is our thoughts on Paranormal Activity 3.
The two
Landon, what were your overall thoughts
The two
first?
best parts in that movie was the Bloody Mary scene. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was here for that.
I walked in right when they were putting in the camera that pans.
Yeah, the oscillating fan.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought that was clever how he did that.
you missed the very beginning. They had a birthday party.
Hey, Landon, can you like hold the camera and do it because it's with this hand because it's a lot harder to do it with.
I bet you there's gonna be a DVD release with alternate endings because they showed it in the trailer.
Yeah,
They even showed the little girl with the cup
Like,
and posted on the invisible thing. That wasn't in the movie, folks.
Well, people know
There
this
was
by
kind
now.
of that in the movie.
Yeah, like
the
they cut it
earthquake.
just before. No, he's right there and throws water. They cut that just before she did that.
Well, no, that part when they were doing the sex tapes.
That was funny
When
too.
the earthquake happened.
Oh yeah,
and
you
the
missed
dust-
that. Yeah, the dust settled on the thing for a
The
few
dust
minutes.
fell down. You could see its shoulder, and then like ran away, and the dust just exploded.
It just stood there like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ah!
So that little girl's face, she's like,
Yeah.
she looked like a Japanese gremlin or something.
Did you see the part
Squint-eyed
when
and sullen.
I blinked. I missed what her
little-
face looked
the
like.
little girl was describing what the demon looked like? She just said he was really tall and was old.
But
And she's like, don't call him
what about
fat.
what about the sheet thing? I thought it was gonna be the little girl, then it just dropped.
I think everyone that was
a great
cool.
part.
Yeah,
I
was totally expecting that.
I just saw it and I'm like, I expected it to be taller. But then I thought, well, what if it was just holding the sheet like this?
Yeah.
that's
Just
right.
the way, but how would it have gotten the shape though?
It didn't really have shape. It looked like a kid.
I know,
Unless
but
it
I'm
could shape shift.
Which explains why it dropped it.
that,
Why it collapsed in on itself.
yeah, I guess that does kind of make
Unless it's
sense.
a teleporting demon.
Dude,
You know, this
if
actually
demons were bad enough. Now they can teleport. Damn.
Oh god, this thing's like autofocusing like shit. But no, that actually brought up something for me. You remember in the first one how it was kind of messing with them, but it didn't really start getting bad until Mika started pissing it off.
Yeah.
I think what it is you know, the guy that doctor that they talk to, he's like, don't invite it in, don't try and communicate with it. I think it's kind of like
Are these your
I suppose-
driving gloves?
I guess. Anyways, Kev, are you sniffing the fur on your hood?
This is a brand new jacket on. It smells
He is sniffing it.
interesting. I bought it today.
It's that new jacket smell.
I don't know
Seriously,
what this
Landon,
is.
you
This
need
is
to like hold this. It's just
beautiful
auto-focusing like shit when it sits
non-essence
there.
of Kevin.
Like,
Like it will.
I got
adapt. It will become part of the collective soon.
but no, what? I'm trying to think of what it is. You and me talked about this one time, Kev. It's like if you invite it in, you give it power.
Yeah, like
That's what the
Feeds on fear.
true demonology.
Oh, you're gonna drop some knowledge on us?
A demon has more power if you give it permission. Like, there's depending on your beliefs, it seems there's certain natural bounds that it can't cross until you say yes, you can do that.
Well, they were reading, when you got up, Drew, they were reading out of that book, and he was reading it. It said that it feeds off your fear.
That's yeah, like poltergeists and stuff do tend to feed on fear because they'll start off slowly and they'll build up, and then either they'll cease happening altogether or they'll begin to taper off again. But poltergeist activity is pretty freaky, and a lot of poltergeist activity doesn't seem centered around ghosts. It seems to be centered around some kind of psychic activity latent in the human mind.
But no, seriously, I like blinked. What happened when she turned around and went blah?
She just turned around and went blah.
Yeah, but like
I was expecting like a demon face. It wasn't. It was really just her going.
Yeah, like it was a dorky girl face.
Yeah.
Like
I think you
she's like,
also missed the part when, what was his name, Dennis?
Yeah,
Dennis and who was friend?
Randy. Randy's the best.
Randy was
my
awesome.
favorite character.
He was
Come on, Randy. Come on.
like he was trying to be so brave in front of the girl, but then
Yeah.
like, when he was away from her, he's like, getting my crap and getting out of here. No.
Yeah, but like at the very beginning of the movie, Dennis and Randy were looking back on some
The
of
sex
footage.
tape, and he's like,
Yeah.
dude, is this Julie? Is this
Yeah.
a sex tape? It's like, and it's
Yeah,
like,
it's interrupted by the earthquake.
it's like, I wouldn't let that interrupt me.
Right.
Yeah, but they kept hearing like beating on the walls and all of that, and they went and investigated. And then they slowly opened the closet door, and there was nothing in there. Then he parted back.
And Christy was standing right there,
and
he's like, oh God!
his wife had a mask on and was.
Oh yeah, the closet too.
Yeah. And then all the girls in the front row just.
Those girls were fucking annoying. Like Kevin said, I was
behind me and Drew, like kept putting their feet on our chairs and stuff.
That didn't bother
someone was
me.
doing
Well,
that to me, and I
like they
pushed
would
back.
they would keep kicking and stuff. And you know, I'm like, there's people down here. And like there was one part where they were just like, ah, you know.
You could hear that one.
things, and I
You
was
could
like,
hear one dude,
"Ugh."
the one dude behind us going, oh,
The
oh.
guy behind us is like, holy shit! It's a movie.
There's a guy to like the road below me to the right who had his phone on for like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that.
But it was like a black screen. I don't know what he was doing. And he kept trying to get someone behind me. He kept going like a, sky, sky, sky,
Yes, there's a sky.
sky, sky,
No,
sky.
like Drew got up and he came and sat on the opposite side of me, and I look at him. I'm like, I think you picked a bad place to sit, Drew. And he's like, why?
And then he
Look
pointed
up.
behind us.
And there's
Yeah,
like
why'd
his
you-
feet dangling over his head.
I thought it was much easier
Why'd
to
you
do
leave
that.
me over there?
Sorry.
Poor Landon. He left you alone in the dark.
I was getting
watching
scared.
Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
3.
bullshit.
It really built up some mood. Like I was like,
Yeah.
this is
Oh.
weird.
Those movies are great about being.
Atmosphere.
What the hell was with the babysitter, though? It groped the babysitter.
No, it's
Blew in her
it's a
face.
movie deal.
No, it blew in her face.
No, you didn't see the-
blue.
If you didn't see her...
Can someone explain to me why the mom's preferred choice of bedclothes was like a button-up men's shirt?
and underwear? No, she had underwear.
With underwear with like the sleeves rolled up.
I never
See, like I've seen women.
For fan service.
Most women I know wear something along those lines of nothing at all. Wait a
I want to...
Sorry, what?
Kev, back. Come back.
Like, a lot of girls I know will wear like either pajamas, shorts, and a t-shirt. But the button-up shorts.
Alright, this
you know,
bedclothes talk has gone on long enough.
Crap, there was one part I was wanting to talk
The
about.
part at the very end where the dude opened the freaking door and all the women...
and
were
he turned the
staring at
light
him.
on and then
I
boom!
was like,
I was like...
wrong door.
I was thinking, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit!
He didn't even scream, he was just like, whoa, get out of here. And he turned around.
He
walked
did the smart thing. He hauled
was-
ass
It's
back.
just like nothing to see here.
And did you notice when he pointed the camera back at them, they were doing the Terminator walk?
Yeah, doing the
like
scary
you will not
movie
escape.
horror. That was great. He turned around, he was locking the door. He kind of like, the camera pans up and they're just like, And then they were making a fire.
I think the fire was.
Their house didn't get set on
I
fire.
know, I brought that up earlier. I was telling Trey.
Where, if you remember in the first movie, they said that their house
They
burned
didn't show
down.
But
it
then
in
that
the
might...
trailer.
But
Like
the-
for this one. They
but
showed it.
also
There's
that...
a lot of stuff in the trailer that wasn't in the movie.
I think a lot of that stuff in the trailer, though, was just so you'd be like, oh my god! And then
like
I gotta go
the
see
hides
it.
all the
Bloody Mary
scares.
scene in the trailer was different.
Didn't something show up in the?
Yeah, and it was just the two girls.
Yeah,
It was the two girls
Randy.
instead of Randy and
And they
Katie.
set up the camera on a tripod.
And then when they opened the door and left because it didn't look, but there was this silhouetted female image there.
yeah.
And I was saying,
Grandma.
I started to say, that's either grandma or that's like
The bitch witch
present.
is back.
I was thinking that was, I thought that might have been Katie though. You know, for present day Katie, like.
What? She came back in time.
Oh, they
Came
were.
back in time to
Did you
change
not
the
catch?
past in order to save
Well,
the
actually,
future?
I think you didn't make it at
They,
that
yeah,
point.
they were
but
having like a Back to the
future discussion. They're like, no, it should be. It's back.
It's like back to the past.
No, back to the present, dude.
Yeah,
No.
back to the present. Back to the present.
It was so stupid and
it's the
pointless. I
future
turned to
and past
Len and I was like,
and-
really? Really?
That happened in the movie?
What?
What are you talking about?
They were talking,
The first time when they were messing with the video equipment, they were having a conversation.
and it cut to him. It's like it should
Yeah,
be
it
called
just
back
cut
to
to
the past because he's got to
no,
go.
it should be back to the present.
I
And
don't remember any of that.
Well, you're a moron.
Well, there were any trailers in this movie.
yeah, there
Oh,
was
yeah.
Twilight, Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Trust me,
I
that
don't know why they need to break that up into 2 parts.
they're doing the Harry
Gets
Potter
pregnant
thing.
and turns into a vampire.
Well,
at the end.
they only have 4 books to work with. They gotta make money somehow.
And then there was the Lady in Black with
Daniel
yeah,
Radcliffe.
it's some like
That
horror
looks
suspense
alright.
movie. Yeah.
Another horror movie.
And then they showed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Actually looks decent.
And actually, yeah, I
Did
want
you
to
know
see it.
at the beginning of Ghost Protocol, the trailer, they're gonna have like a 6-minute trailer of The Dark Knight Rises?
That's what I
have
said.
to see it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I
They're
said
gonna have
I will pay just to see this
Yeah,
trailer.
let's go pay to see that.
The trailer will be good enough,
We
dude.
just go in and watch the trailer, and then we leave.
It's like what people.
Why are you
did
zooming in
when
so
the
far?
episode
I'm not
1
meaning to.
trailer
Yeah, I got all of us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
People paid for the movie, went in to watch the episode 1 trailer, and then left.
Wow.
I've never heard that. But
The
that's
irony of that,
hilarious.
huh?
Kevin Smith talked about when Batman, like the '89 Batman movie first came out. He went and saw it, and he went like to the movies and saw it like 3 different times and just left.
The trailer.
Yeah. There's also a fan. Where was I going with that? One of his movies. Never mind.
Have you ever heard about Die Hard 5?
No.
Yeah, it's a good day to die hard.
Boo.
Name.
Like, there's this joke on the Go Fish Radio Network where he's talking about...
How you
like-
listen to Go
Like,
Fish? Awesome.
he's an old guy, like, Bruce Willis will be an old guy in an old folks home, and he'll just stand up and be like, "It's a good day.
And-
Die hard." And he falls over dead with a bone. You know, just...
That's great.
You don't think that's funny?
That's
doesn't do it
that's
for me.
kind of like when we were
Yeah.
watching my Batman DVDs at his house. And he's like, "Hey, it's like, oh, get it?"
Yeah.
I wanna borrow this.
and I was like, "Yeah, I get it." And he's like, "Well, you didn't react." And I used to go because it wasn't funny.
Did you send those back?
No.
You should have sent them back, dude.
Oh well.
Because it's like, it's the animated series, and it's like the Batman Beyond cover went over it.
Yeah, I remember
That can't be part of the original packaging.
Miss
Did you buy
Pre.
it from a seller?
You bought it off of Amazon, didn't you?
No, eBay.
eBay.
You
Oh, I
can't
thought
see
you bought it on
right.
Amazon.
I wish I could have bought it on
Should have got it
Amazon.
on Amazon.
It would.
They're on Amazon.
I know, but it's too damn expensive.
Why is this
They're like
focusing?
$17 for each one.
I bought the limited collector's edition though, and that's like $200 on Amazon.
What's in that?
Frick.
Batman Beyond covers for $200.
I don't know.
Shipped.
I still want to download the Batman Beyond skin for Arkham City.
Crap.
Did you buy a can of NOS?
No.
You need to buy a can of NOS.
You can just go to GameStop and pay $5 for all of them. Better than paying like what, 3 or 4 for a can of NOS
Yeah.
just for Batman Beyond.
Yeah. Really.
Came
Can you not
out.
download it on Xbox?
Oh, I'm sure.
Uh.
I'm sure you'll eventually be
I
able
need to
to.
play-
But yeah,
I need to
at that one point, that was a little weird when they're like, "Oh, she looks like she makes such a cute little bride," and then who's she marrying? Toby, and then shut the fuck up! I don't ever want you to mention that name again. Now go to your room. Go to your room. You're going to bed.
I just like saw this little child with a demon
Imaginary
girl.
friend.
No, like
Do you think
Getting married.
they're gonna do another prequel?
Yes.
Is there room
Another
for
prequel?
one more prequel for
it's
like?
gonna be
No.
black and white, and the guy's gonna be like cranking the camera.
The storyline happens with the Christy, the youngest girl. They marked her firstborn baby for Toby the demon, and then in Paranormal Activity 2, you know, they do the reverse spell and put it on Katie. And
Those
that's
have
why.
been made backwards.
And that's why I know, and that's why it was in Katie's house.
But
And
then
that's why
it-
Katie
and it was even-
murdered them all and took the baby and left, and then now we don't know what happened after that.
What-
Yeah.
What happened to the
And
in the second one? What happened?
I
to
was
the
reading
young-
Shut up.
it,
What young?
Did she die?
No.
The stepdaughter.
The stepdaughter said she went like on a school trip before the dad died, and when she came back home, she like found all the bodies.
Yeah, but the whole stepmother in the second one.
She died.
The little girl from this one, what happened to her?
What's the girl from the first movie's name?
Katie.
Katie came, snapped the dad's neck, threw her up against the wall.
Spoilers, people.
Took the baby and left. Yeah, spoilers.
Okay.
You remember that?
She may not be dead.
Well, she like threw her up against the wall. I think it said she died.
She did. Okay, guys. In this third one, the final sequence is like the dad, and he just goes.
That was fucking awesome!
I just imagine the demon like putting his foot on his back and grabbing his hand, just pulling back.
I'm thinking he did something like that, but it looked like he had him more by the the wrist and like right here.
It's like it grabbed him and folded him like a freaking sandwich, and I was like,
like a
tortilla.
I half expected it to like pick him up and eat him.
Like a apple turnover.
Or something.
There's some ad space for you, Arby's.
Anyways,
don't make the Wookiee mad. He'll fold you in half.
Oh God!
This one, I like this movie the best, but I thought it had not the worst ending, but the most like abrupt stop.
After it cut off and it went, and then it went black. I looked at Kevin and said, "The end."
The first, and
then the credits came on.
Like the first movie when it ended, I'm like, okay, that was a pretty wild ride. And the second movie when it ended, I was like, okay, that's the logical stopping points. And then when this ended, I'm like, what the heck? What happens next?
And you know,
what about the little girls? What about the
you know, there's gonna be another sequel.
Why did Grandma? Yeah, they should.
Why was Grandma an evil witch?
They should make the next one so far back where all the cameras are like black and white.
See, that's what I was saying. With the whole
Yeah.
crank.
Make it a silent film.
Yeah, and they have it hooked up to a. They have it hooked.
This movie would have been better if it was all in standard def. Because it was the 80s.
Oh,
It was-
I was trying, I was like, that's some good quality VHS right there.
Yeah, what the hell? There was. I had plenty of VHSs. None of them looked that
Make
nice.
a mass market movie like this, you can't really go all.
I like it how they had a lot of
Artsy and-
period set pieces. You know, they had a bunch of old TVs, and then they had
They
the light
the clothing.
thingy. What was that light thing?
Speaking of which, back to the
It was just
babysitter.
a
She did
light
not.
hanging off.
She
I
looks
guess.
like she was a
No,
retard
it was
dressing
little-
up for 80s day.
That thingy.
Oh, the
It's kinda
library.
like, yes.
The library. That was fucking awesome.
What's with that
She's
symbol?
just like, the light bright!
Stop it, Toby!
Yeah. Stop it, Toby.
Toby pulled my hair.
This
no,
is your
more
fault.
like trying to rip it out of your skull. I mean, he was like
That
slating
was
you
just
by it.
amazing to me how she's like, and then whoosh. I was like,
I don't understand. You know, I don't understand why Randy didn't tell him what happened.
I figured that part where Randy
Because-
was getting up to get his stuff, I thought he was going to show him.
Yeah, I thought
so too.
Look at this dude.
Yeah, it's
But he's like, I'm out of here. Watch the tape.
Well,
he's like, fuck you,
He
fuck
said
your family.
He said he believed him.
well, you know, I mean, the girl was a complete wreck, and then all the damage upstairs. I don't think you really needed to see the tape.
I wonder what his expression was when he did see the tape, though. Just the...
It saw him watching the tape.
What is that?
It saw him watching the tape.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about when the whole
And then,
tornado thing was going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, he was watching some other tape. He wasn't watching that.
Yeah, he was splicing together wedding videos, like while the girls were being tormented by
No, not
demons.
he. I thought I saw him watching that tape.
He
No.
may have, but if he was afterwards, he was splicing together wedding videos. It's like, huh, okay.
Oh, that's what he was doing.
Yeah,
I didn't really know what
What
he was
was
doing.
with all the sound in the part when the demon destroys the room?
I think that was its way of like soundproofing the room, the mother's room, so the mother
That's what I
wouldn't,
thought.
so she wouldn't hear their cries of anguish.
Because when it was over,
Yeah,
the sound went away.
he turned the shower on. It sounded like.
Yeah, it sounded
Well,
like it was raining. or
What I was
something.
gonna say is,
No,
Okay,
it was
back to
raining
real life
at one point because
paranormal
I could hear
Yeah,
thunder
that
and
was
lightning.
a different night, though.
That was a different.
Yeah.
That scene when she was asleep.
back to real life paranormal stuff, like, they do interrupt sound sometimes. Like,
Drop some more knowledge on it.
yeah, really. Like,
Honestly, though,
I can't remember the story behind this, but
Knowledge
something
bomb.
like screams or
What is this?
is it
That's a
screams or
garbage
lightning?
bag.
Well, it's
But
digging
like,
into
when
my
weird stuff was
side.
going on, they'd see it, but they couldn't hear it. You know, it's like it blocks sound. You know,
You gotta wonder though, like it's
these movies are actually pretty.
interesting.
Besides the endings, like the weird stuff that happens in them, it's well documented. Like the stuff with the stuff levitating,
That was-
and then drops reminded me of the Philip experiment. Do y'all remember that in Mysterious Universe when they were talking about the Philip experiment?
No, what's the Philip experiment?
The Philip experiment was
Well, I think
conducted back
you
in the.
Plug, guys, plug.
It was a psychological experiment during the 1980s, and what it was they told the people that the house was haunted, but it really wasn't. So
Is that movie, The Haunting,
No,
is based off of?
It's similar, but the haunting I think predates that. But what happened with the Philip experiment is, the longer it went on, the more weird stuff started to really happen in the house, and then
It's like that
they
Nightmare
called
Before
it off. Like they had this
Before Christmas.
massive.
I don't know.
They had a lot of
God.
like
The one where they're making the
psychological
movie.
data on the way people think and feel.
I don't
things,
remember
but
which
then they
one that
had
was.
Not a lot of new
It was like part 8.
paranormal data, being like what.
Oh, wait,
The
no,
horror movie
New
they were-
Nightmare.
Yeah, they were
the
making a
creepy
movie.
thing is today.
Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yeah.
If they created Philip, he still exists because in Australia, I forget what this organization is called, but they host like a Philip experiment type thing where you go in, you pay for it, and then they contact Philip, and he starts levitating stuff in the rooms and things.
Yeah, I remember
Who's Philip?
talking about that.
Philip is
A made-up
tulpa.
ghost.
Like if he exists,
Who?
a tulpa. You know, like a creature created purely out of your imagination. Do you not remember what tulpas are?
Landon doesn't listen.
In
to
Tibetan belief, a tulpa is if a person or a group of people concentrate long enough and hard enough, or believe in something enough, it doesn't have to have always been real. They can create something from their imagination and not necessarily know that they created it. Which kind of relates back to the Philip experiment, because what psychologists think may have happened, if they weren't all crazy, maybe they created this thing. You know, or maybe something just pretended to be. But it's a creepy idea, yeah. You know, like,
Cool story, bro.
don't think I'm crazy, guys. I'm just relating this.
Dude,
stories.
we know
I'm
you well
worried
enough
about
to
the
know.
audience.
Oh.
I don't believe everything I'm saying.
You don't believe everything you've seen
I've
or
said.
read?
I don't believe a lot of the things they talk about in Mysterious Universe.
Yeah, you know,
either.
like,
It's
what
just
about the
entertainment.
Bigfoot hunter?
I love that.
He
I
was
see that
he went to
documentary so
kill a
bad.
goose with a grenade. There's Bigfoot.
Kill
There's
the
a goose. Boom.
Kill the goose with a grenade. Oh.
I still love the story of how they met.
Yeah.
Plug, guys. Plugs.
Jason.
How did you know?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You look like you ready to kick a little Bigfoot ass. Get in the van and drive off. I probably never would have got in the van with him.
You are crazy.
I wanna see that documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Bigfoot hunter still searching.
Oh
I
god.
bet he will be if he doesn't kill someone before
Oh.
the end.
But seriously, I think I almost shit myself when he did turn the camera's light on and the women were there. I was like,
That was probably the scariest part.
I mean,
I kill them all.
kill him with fire!
It's one of those feelings where you know something's gonna be there because of how slowly he's like walking and about to open the door. But the surprise is, what the heck, these old ladies.
And they're like, as soon as he opens the door, they're all turned to look at him. Like,
Yeah, they're like, get out of here.
like okay, like picture. Well, well, generally like this, and then he turns the light on the camera and
And then just that.
and then yeah, they're just staring.
And then,
Fresh baked cookies.
And then they go, I made them out of your wife's spleen.
Oh my god.
And speaking of which,
so, did they, like, worship Toby, or what was that about?
I think they served Toby.
He said that
Not even so. I think they respected.
they're
like,
a covenant
they-
of women who take on demon bride or husbands or something. I don't know.
No, like
Then they brainwash-
They brainwash the little girls so they don't remember any of this.
Yeah.
Like I think they they perform this weird ritual.
Is that why the dude always dies?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mika died and the dad died? Is that
Yeah,
what,
that-
maybe that was that
maybe.
about?
Because something about those might have been Toby's wives. I don't know.
He's like, they're mine.
Well,
It explains why they never talked about their parents
Well,
or anything.
That was pretty. I thought that was pretty clever. Although,
And why they said in the first movie that they used to play with the Ouija board as kids, and that sort of explained why the demon was around.
well, the thing is, they never showed him doing the Ouija board.
I know, I'm saying that the grandmother brainwashed that into them to make them think that's why.
or maybe they actually did play with Ouija board, we just didn't see it.
Exactly.
I'll go back and slay that woman if she wasn't dead already.
Well, you do the
Which
Bloody
one?
Mary, then you can come back in time.
No, you don't go back in time. Your future self comes to the present for some reason. That's what, wasn't that what he said?
You astral project yourself back into the past where you were maybe
Yeah.
in
Why
the
am I in a
present.
mirror? Why am I looking at my younger self? What's going on?
No!
You get stuck in the past. It's like, I will stop you. You know one thing that would suck about time travel? What if you could time travel, but you could only time travel backwards and never forwards?
You know what's so about time travel? You know how there are like all these diseases and junk back? What if you like time travel and you weren't immune to any of it and you
See, the
just
thing
died
is-
as soon as you got out?
Something that something that bothers me, guys, is you know when they're like, oh, dude, you gotta fucking record this. Oh, I'm gonna fucking record this. You gotta fucking record this. How awkward do you think it must have been? Because it didn't show him asking the
record
wife.
this.
He's like, Julie, do you mind if I put a camera of your daughter's room? Okay.
What?
You know,
Well, they thought of him as their dad.
Yeah,
Hey, there's some
like, that's what I
paranormal
saw
activity
too.
down over there.
What? When the guy's alone.
What are you talking about?
When the guy. What? When the guy was alone.
That bag was moving.
It's the wind. When
bring it back around.
When the guy was alone, Drew's like, get the fuck out of there. And I'm like, he can't leave his kids and daughter. I mean, he can't leave his daughters and his wife alone. And Drew's like, why not? And I'm like, because it's a coward's thing to do. You know, just.
Well, look what not doing
Get in the car and drive away.
I even said the same thing when he found the youngest daughter. I was like, take her, get to the car, get the fuck out!
I'd be like, there's another daughter and
Yeah,
like
and his
a
wife.
possibly
So-
No, at that
half dead wife.
Did the demon follow them to Grandma's house because she agreed to the something or another
I think it
right before that?
I think
Or was she already the one who was haunted?
Well, she was talking to Toby, and she said, "I'm not gonna do that." And
Yeah.
then when you
No, that's
guys-
Christy though. They're talking about
Did you
Grandma.
Did you notice when?
No, I was talking about the thing. It followed
Yeah.
them to Grandma's
Yeah.
house because
I don't
she
think it
agreed
was
to
like-
that,
Yeah.
or was she the one who was haunted in the first place? Not like the house.
She
No, I
was
think-
haunted. The house wasn't.
I think the
Like-
grandma was a part of the covenant of the witch.
She was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No shit.
That was obvious. You know?
that was pretty
What
obvious.
you're saying?
But like,
He means like what?
I mean, when right after she said she'll agree to do the thing, is that the reason it followed her to Grandma's
I
house?
think
They
it was
was no. I think what it was Toby was wanting to go to the house. He was telling her, "I
Oh
want to go
yeah.
to your grandma's house," and she's like, "No, no."
I think
Come on, baby, let's get married. I'm too young. I got my whole life ahead of me.
Oh, come on, baby. I'll show you some sweet loving.
I'll take care of you,
Oh,
alright?
that's what it was.
Just
I got these
imagine
paranormal
pedo
powers. I can do anything you want.
Pedo Bear is the demon.
old, ugly, and it stands about yay tall.
It's just a naked old man.
Do you think
with a
they'll
pedo
build
bear
up
helmet.
to like show what the thing actually looks like, or do you think it'll always be like
Mysterious.
described?
Well, the very first movie, they put baby powder down on the floor.
Yeah, we know it has.
Reptilian
We know it has hooves.
No,
And
I
it's-
suppose it had like 3
Yeah, it was like a
Oh.
reptilian foot.
like a
and
chicken.
It's tall and it's old, and that's really all we know about it.
And it doesn't like being called fat.
Yeah.
What did you think about when that little girl was at the base of the stairs and she was looking at her dead mom and she was crying? And then, as
And
he
she
goes to
started
put-
laughing.
Yeah, he goes to put his hand on her and it's just like,
That's
like, ugh.
that part was pretty
I
typical.
thought it was
Like,
going to be one of the old women.
A little old.
like in her face.
That would have been great. I got you! Ah! And then everybody would have been. Ah!
I would have screamed. I'd be like, holy crap!
I will never turn off this camera.
Yeah.
That was another creepy thing. Like, you know, when Mika, he might as well have been Mika. Dennis.
He looked like
he
Mika
looked
a lot.
Yeah, I turned to you and said, "Is this Mika?"
Maybe the same actor.
I could see the demon being like, God, don't these women ever go for any other kind of
Yeah.
sheesh.
They're
Get a
all
lesbian
obsessed
for
with
once or
shooting
something.
movies and
Yeah.
But no,
what I got myself into.
but no.
On camera 24/7.
To get around him having so many cameras, I think they explained it the best
That's it.
in this movie, that he was like a wedding
Yeah.
filmer.
Yeah, and a
Movie shooter.
splicer, and
the
it,
second
like
one was
Randy
just
had a
freaking
camera of his own
paranoid.
too.
He's like, I
Yeah,
got security
yeah.
cameras
Yeah.
everywhere.
No. In the second one, that made sense though, because their house. Remember, their house did get terrorized, and so it's like.
Oh yeah, that's what I was confused at the very beginning of this movie, where they're like, the dad was alive, and they're like, "What happened here?" I forgot. Their house. It looked like they got robbed.
Yeah, that's why he put the cameras in the first one. They explained that really
And
well,
then-
and then they explained it not as well in the first one.
They didn't explain anything in the first one. He's just like, hey guys, I got a camera.
He's like, "Hey, guy,
Yeah, that first movie was just
I'm
like
a day trader. I blew all my money on this video camera.
that. First movie was just like weird stuff's happening. I'm gonna tape it.
yeah," and then
Oh,
hey,
go
watch there,
there.
watch there, watch there. Ah! But
I just want to see all their reactions after they watched all those VHS tapes. Why do they have them?
yeah, wait a
Who
minute.
took the tape out of the camera at the very end and put it in a box?
And how are we watching the
who saw
tapes
the-
now?
Well, she
Did it show you?
She
them
said that-
finding a box
Yeah, at
full
the
of
very
VHS?
beginning of the
she
movie.
said
it was the set.
Grandma owned it, and it somehow came to me.
Oh.
And she's
Yeah,
like,
it
"You
was-
I don't
always
know.
get
It
stuff."
was a box of VHS tape.
I don't know why it stole the tapes though.
And then it went to like just a blank screen that said play, and then the
Yeah,
movie
and then
started
the
with
birthday
all
party.
80s stuff.
And they sang the happy birthday song, which is copyrighted.
Who watched? Wait, one sec. Who watched?
Yeah,
Bring me
well,
back to the copyright thing. who watched the video?
I don't know.
No one, it just
Huh?
played.
It just started
Yeah,
playing.
it was just like
That part
this
was a
found
little
footage.
weird. I don't know
It was
what
like,
that
how
was
are we watching the tape now?
And the next one starts off like she's like sitting there with like a soda watching it with the baby.
the woman from the
Katie,
second?
Katie.
blood,
And she's just watching.
sipping the soda, watching it with the
Like,
baby.
do you not think she would have been like, holy crap, in the second one if she
I don't
said
remember.
that?
She would have been like, "Holy shit, that was a fucking beast."
Like she watches it and then she's just like, man, those like the brainwashing comes back. Man, that was a long birthday
It's
video.
going on Reddit. I get Karma Horde out the.
But
Real
The
ghost
birthday
on
song is
camera, totally not
copyrighted?
fake.
What?
the happy birthday.
Yeah, do you not know that these people say that they own the happy birthday songs, and pretty much wherever it's gone, they've they say
It was
we
written by somebody.
yeah we own that.
Somebody.
One thing that would just kind of like creep me out in general, you know, just before the tornado happened in the girls' room,
Yeah.
where you heard the little crawl space door open, and then you see her blanket slowly start rising and taking a shape.
Yeah.
And
I
was
didn't
like,
see that until it got a pretty big
And I was
I
like,
heard everyone going, oh, and I'm like, what is going? What? I don't see it. What? Oh.
it was under the blankets, and I was thinking, no, don't do it. Don't do it, dude.
When the babysitter was walking up the steps, I thought it was the demon.
I thought it was a
For
freaking
second.
alien. I
Yeah,
looked at
no.
Drew, I'm like, what the heck is that?
Oh god!
It's so
Oh,
freakish.
When- and actually, when the fan cam was going back to the living room and it showed the ghost,
Oh, that part.
I was like, oh crap, and Kev's like, what? And I actually had to
Oh,
point
what
to the
is
ghost on screen. But yeah, that was I laughed my ass off at the people in front, that group of screaming girls in front of us, when it comes back and she's like, boo! And then, ah!
I was like, oh. And then I laughed at him. But, and then it pans back and Drew's like, what if it's something else standing there? And I'm like, what, like a severed head?
No, I said,
Look at it.
no, I said, when it was coming back, I said, and then she does it again, and then you go, or worse yet, what if it's what if her head's severed, and it's just a floating severed head, and I'm like, ugh.
It's like, so like out of the Evil Dead.
Honestly, though, I actually, god,
He's just
I hated that fan cam.
That was great.
That was fun, and I thought it was very
It built
intuitive.
tension
I
like
did
a
not-
beast.
I didn't know it was
It
happening
did
the
not.
first
I did not
time.
feel any tension building when it was doing.
Did you not like feel it when it slowly panned over and you're like, something's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? It's almost there.
Boom!
And then nothing happens, and then it goes back to the other side, and you're like, okay, now I gotta wait for it to go to this other side. Something's gonna happen, and then the light bulb busted.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
That was crazy.
That's-
I did not feel any tension during
He
that.
would have rather
Right.
watched the little girl sleep all night.
Yeah.
I felt. I mean, obviously, I felt more tension build when they were at Grandma's house and all that. I thought that was great.
I thought they were gonna be alright for a minute there.
That shot with him in the bed and the door open and just the shadows on everything in that back room was creepy.
Wait,
I
when?
agree.
When they were in the twin beds.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the door on the left was open and it was just like down the hallway
Just
in the other room, just the shadows on the
Creepy
walls.
grandma's house with all their cracks in the house and the
Oh,
He
yeah.
lives alone in this gigantic house.
Oh,
No,
and
she-
then when
Nah, she has
when
a
he was like
weird
jump.
witch-
Yeah.
When he was going,
They
when he
come
was,
over for
when he
orgy
finally got
every
up after he was
Saturday
looking
night.
around for his wife, or I guess it was his
They
wife.
play poker on Saturdays and marry
And
young girls to
sacrifice.
demons on Mondays.
I was thinking on Sundays, but and then they just go back
That's
to work
the
on
day
Monday.
of rest. Come on. They go to church then.
Yeah, they go to
The Church of
They're
Satan.
like, no,
the
no,
fuck?
they just go to normal church.
They do
Yeah,
research
they
on
just
the-
go to normal
They
church.
get intel on the enemy.
They're like, hey,
That'd be rather ironic,
they
don't
get
you
to
think?
church and like the preacher or the priest be like, hey, what'd you guys do this week? They're like, well, since you asked,
Let me tell you a great
I
story.
introduced my granddaughter to a great creature.
His
mean,
name's
man?
Toby, and he's
Yeah.
137 years
1,000
old.
years old. Is he handsome? No, actually, he's about 4 foot tall, short, fat, ugly, and has only 3 toes on each
comes
foot.
from
He's
the
pretty.
seventh dimension.
He's pretty hideous.
From a nice, wealthy family.
Yeah, and
He's rich and well hung, so it's okay.
God.
Well,
Looking for a young human bride.
Preferably in her
How old is your granddaughter? She's 8. Oh.
How old's Toby?
Well.
137.
He's older than that. He's gonna be like thousands.
Yeah, see, that's why when Trey said 137 years old, I'm like 1,000 years old.
Maybe like-
137,000.
He's been around
Yeah.
so long. He's looking for something different.
When
He's
would
had
that?
it all except for the young ones.
Nasty.
God. When was that picture? That part where he pulled out that picture and they said this is like a cult. When was that picture taken?
1930s.
So he's at least
30 years old.
No, it's in the. It was 88, so he's probably anywhere from Mika, damn it, Dennis was anywhere from his 20s to his 40s at that point. I want to
I'd
say
he's just ageless because something that's never lived.
Oh, you're talking about
Can't-
Toby now.
yeah, brah, something that
What do you think I was talking about?
has never lived. Can't have an age.
Dennis is older than
Oh.
time itself.
Oh my God.
Filled bombing weddings since the dawn of time.
No, I wasn't talking about him.
I wonder what the like.
Yeah.
I would like to
Before
know
video
what.
cameras, you would sketch it on rocks.
What?
I don't even know.
I would like to know, like, the police, like, someone's, I haven't got my wedding tape, and...
And then they go and find the guy just bent like a fucking pretzel.
Did anyone else think that Grandma's house was the house from the first movie? The way it was built?
I don't even...
Like, the way the stairs were, you know?
Yeah,
All the
that...
houses have had stairs. What is it with this family?
They always gotta live in
it's a
2-story
small-
houses.
What is it with this family?
All
the men are obsessed with video.
I was going to say,
everything and they live in
something's
2-story
smoking.
buildings.
Someone cut one.
No, something's smoking.
I don't think it's really
No. No, look over there. Like, there's smoke over there. I can smell it. But anyway...
Well, if we see like a large
God.
3-toed creature come running at us, drive like hell.
Oh, believe me, I will. Although
Or better yet, let me drive.
No, I'll
He'll
drive.
hit the gas. We'll
You
go
might hit a
over
raccoon.
the grass and hit that.
Oh,
hole
fuck
over
you,
there, and
Kev.
We'll all be dead.
Well, I would rather be dead than killed by that thing.
Six-armed freaking weird raccoon.
I'm with him.
It's
Randy
like-
was actually smart, though. He was like, after he finally got attacked, he's like, "Fuck you, I'm getting out."
Yeah, whatever happened to Randy?
He
He
lived.
left.
I know, but what happened to him in like the second?
He's gonna be the fourth one. It comes after him.
He obviously
It
found
gets
out
the
that the
baby.
people disappeared, thought that he was going to be next, and he's now living, like, in a hovel somewhere.
But see, the thing is,
Fine, I mean,
that if that demon,
honest.
that demon's as all powerful and all that as it is, and he's afraid, it's gonna know. It's gonna find
He
him.
didn't care about Randy.
It cared enough about him to.
Everyone
Well,
cares
that's because
about
he was
Randy.
messing with it.
He's just like,
He ain't gonna go. The thing ain't gonna purposely go and look for
Yeah,
him.
he said he felt like a claw scratch him. This thing has 3 toes and claws.
yeah.
That
and
was-
It could have bit him in half at any point. So like, it wasn't really.
I don't know how they would do a 4th one.
It's
how would-
Randy.
Just Randy.
Randy,
Camera.
Randy,
Paranoid that something will happen, but nothing ever does.
and then he finally is like, oh god. And then when he finally decides to move back to civilization, Katie comes with
What
the
if,
baby.
What if like this weird fucking demon spawn comes and tracks him down, and it's like, hey, remember me? And it does this weird finger
Yeah,
thing.
how will they
They
do
should
it?
tar and feather the demon in the 4th.
Yes.
Oh god.
Bring it on, you bastard!
See what it
like
looks
this-
like finally.
It's like the in Family Guy with the fight with a chicken. It just looks like that.
Yes. It
Oh
looks
my
like
God.
What, the 4th movie isn't found footage anymore, it's just a tradition.
Yeah, I wonder how they'll do that.
If they do
And
that.
it ends with like a 30-minute brawl with the demon.
That would be great.
That would be
Especially if the
awesome.
human
I would
was
love to.
victorious. Like it just severs its head and it's like, ah!
It's a predator the whole time. Cloaked.
That would be the
Predator
best.
has a thing for children now.
That would be the weirdest but the coolest twist ever. It would be so
Does
awesome.
Fox own Paranormal Activity? They might be able to pull that off. I mean, they've had weird crossovers.
I think they're Universal. They have King Kong. And all the classic
Alright, well, King Kong's in the
monsters.
next movie. You heard it
Dracula,
first.
Frankenstein.
Oh god.
Crossover in the 4th and final form.
So I really liked it.
Both ones a showdown between the ghost and the wolf man.
Abbott and Costello meet Paranormal Activity.
They come back from the dead and they're zombies
The thing
now.
just friggin' scratches its head for a second. It's like, what the heck is going on? Who's on third base?
Who's on third?
No. Who's on first? Anyway.
Like, it's
That would be awful and fantastic at the same time.
I want to see that. Make it happen, people. Oh God. But so, Landon, what were your thoughts? Like final thoughts. Okay, give it here. So,
freaky movie ruined by teenage girls. Cute.
It wasn't ruined.
But, you
Yeah,
know,
it wasn't that bad.
that was the one thing
I mean, they
that
screamed at the appropriate parts, at least.
yeah, that's true.
Well, that
Yeah, ruined was strong. Just the mood was.
the mood was kind of hard. Like, that was the one thing that was keeping me from, like, feeling the tension, especially, I guess, during the fan camp. Because that's when they were screaming the most, aside from the ending.
This is the last time it's going to be in, this movie, this is the last day it's going to be in theater. And I thought the place wasn't even going to have anyone in it.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
I was hoping...
Yeah, I was surprised
It's
at
been
how
out
many people
for like
had.
2 weeks
There's
now.
at least 70 people in there.
Yeah, it was almost full.
Yeah, what the
It's
hell?
gonna be a great viewing experience. And the 4 girls come in and go, well, here we go.
It just annoyed me that people behind us were kicking the chairs, and then like Landon said, "Sky."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had his phone on.
Someone should have just jumped up and started screaming.
I actually, like Kevin was trying to say earlier, when those girls kept giggling and whispering, you know, like, I turned to Kevin and said,
Yeah, you missed the
Was that what you were
yeah, they were smoking a joint the whole time, like actually before the sex tape,
They were
Dennis and Julie were smoking a joint.
They were smoking the marijuana.
You missed the commercial before the movie with Beavis and Butthead telling everyone to shut up and turn off their
Yeah.
cell phones.
That was great.
Now, back
Shut
to someone
up.
like getting up and screaming. What? I always thought it would be funny. All 3 of these movies, like if one point, like just pretend like I'm being thrown down the stairs, and then I get right in front of the screen, and I have like this fist brawl with an invisible creature.
It's got me! It's got me! And then fall and act like you get drugged behind that little curtain under
Someone
the
should attach wires to you and just drag you down the steps.
And actually, Landon never remember.
For the love of God!
Actually, Kev, something like that.
Not a joke.
Kev. Anyways, that was one thing. We watched a bit of the Cinema Snobs little vlog about this, and one of his friends, he was like, what I should have done was bought one of the big bags of popcorn and then just munch on it a little bit, and whenever a really stupid jump scare comes up, just overact and go, oh my God!
That guy's funny.
If you wanted to really freak those girls out, you should have snuck up behind them and slowly touched the top of their head.
Oh yeah, like after one of the jump scares.
That's what they would do.
Actually,
hey, here's my number.
Actually, yeah. At one point, when they were getting up,
Tell me that. I'll be like, holy crap.
yeah, that's what I said. I said I think some of them are underage just from the way they're
I
talking.
thought you said
they
some of
came
them were
in.
teenage, and I'm
Speaking
like,
of underage,
They came in with an adult.
yeah, when before we walked in, that lady, what did she say? They're like Cardin people.
yeah, Ariel.
that sucks. Wait. Ariel Portani?
Yeah, she was the one who we
Sorry,
bought a
no.
ticket from. Did you have to buy a ticket, or did you just
She's
walk
my
in?
neighbor. I did have to buy a ticket, and like they quit selling the Paranormal Activity tickets, so I got a ticket for like
Something
one
else.
sec, it was like a really dorky movie.
We
It's,
don't care.
Courageous? What the heck is that?
Contagion?
No,
No,
it
it's
says
Courageous.
Courageous. Look.
That's not that Christian basketball movie, is it?
Probably.
With
But anyways-
David
But
Boreanaz?
anyway, she said we were getting a card, and I forgot my wallet, and I don't have my card on me, so I pretty much snuck into an R-rated movie.
Also,
Why does that always happen to me?
But-
They're, like,
but-
way older or way...
but when those girls got up to
pregnant.
leave, you know,
I don't like talking about that.
I still don't even know the story.
yeah, we'll
Dude, don't talk about it.
I am going to tell Trey before the night's over. Anyways,
Don't tell him on camera.
they're gonna want to know at some point, but I'll say
I'll
that
tell the story someday. Far in the future, folks.
probably on his deathbed. But I digress. Anyways,
On my
but
deathbed, I'm gonna reveal the secret of
But-
immortality.
Oliver already
But if
knows
I'm-
it.
You're about to
Oh.
die, and you'll reveal the secret of immortality.
That's just it. I'll never tell you because I'll never die.
Okay.
All right, well, anyways, Kev, real quick before. Anyways,
the rest of your life.
When they got up to leave, you know that, and we're like, oh, thank God. Kev's like, take me with you, and I say, I'll love you
Yeah.
forever.
I was just like, that's
Okay, the camera's about to die, so Landon, your final thoughts?
That's the best
This is
one.
the third time you've
Yeah.
asked him.
Well, he hasn't answered.
Final thoughts, part 3.
All right,
Take 3.
Trey, what did you think?
I thought it was great.
Kev?
Pretty good.
All right.
Holding in half part was, yeah, just a. I was like,
The last like 20 minutes at Grandma's house was fantastic.
Yeah, that
that
was.
was like a movie in itself at Grandma's house with a demon.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. Was
Wacky hijinks.
Yeah. It has the Bewitched soundtrack.
I was thinking like when he was running around the house like Benny Hill.
Oh, don't
Paranormal Activity 4 is just a Home Alone remake. At Grandma's house.
This time we're fighting back.
Yeah.
Oh, but
It's like a freakishly weird-looking Macaulay Culkin playing Miko or something.
okay.
Like has cameras
Okay,
set up
so
everywhere.
Kev, we gotta cut it off for now. So my final thoughts as well. Oh God, that'd be terrible. My final thoughts. I liked it. I thought, like, the audience was great. I laughed my ass
Oh,
off.
that's another thing. I like people walking in there and they're actually enjoying it now. Because at the end of Paranormal Activity 1, they're like, I still remember there was two people in front of us and they're like, that was it? That sucked. I'm going to ask for my money back.
Did you not hear the girls after the movie ended? They're like, what the hell?
Well, that's it. The ending. It was the.
Yeah, but I gotta cut the film short.
Let me
Hold
get
on,
this
this
one last
is
part in.
important.
Back to what Landon was saying about people enjoying this one and didn't enjoy the first one. I remember when the first one came out, we were leaving, and the guy was like, "Man, that was the worst movie I've ever seen. Saw was 100 times better than that."
That thing in your ears. That.
Which I kept looking around. I'm like, "What is
I
that?"
think it did that every time it got close to the camera.
Yeah.
I do want to go that goes hell. I was just like,
That was. awful.
Oh my God, dude! Seriously.
"Oh, you bastard!"
In case y'all don't know, this is our thoughts on Paranormal Activity 3.
The two.
Landon, what were your overall thoughts
The two
first?
best parts in that movie was the Bloody Mary scene. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was here for
I
that.
walked in right when they were putting in the camera that pans.
Yeah, the oscillating fan.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought that was clever how he did that.
you missed the very beginning. They had a birthday party.
Hey, Landon, can you like hold the camera and do it because it's with this hand because it's a lot harder to do it with.
I bet you there's gonna
Yep.
be a DVD release with alternate endings
Oh,
because they showed it in the trailer.
Yeah,
They even showed the little girl with the cup and
hell-
throws it on the invisible thing. That wasn't in the movie, folks.
Well, people know this
Those
by
are
now.
kind of that in the movie.
Yeah, like no. Yeah.
Or they'll begin to taper off again. But poltergeist activity is pretty freaky, and a lot of poltergeist activity doesn't seem centered around ghosts. It seems to be centered around some kind of psychic activity latent in the human mind.
But no, seriously, I like blinked. What happened when she turned around and went blah?
She just turned around and went blah.
Yeah, but like it
I was
a
expecting
weird
like a
face.
demon face. It wasn't. It was really just her going. "Ah."
Yeah, like it was a dorky girl face.
Yeah.
Like
I think you
she's like,
also
"Ah!"
missed the part when what was his name? Dennis.
Yeah,
Dennis and who? His friend?
Randy. Randy's the best.
Randy was
my
awesome.
favorite character.
he was.
Come on, Randy. Come on.
Like he was trying to be so brave in front of the girl, but then
Yeah.
like, when he was away from him, he's like, "I'm getting my crap and getting out of here." No.
Yeah, but like at the very beginning of the movie, Dennis and Randy were looking back on some
The
of
sex
footage.
tape, and he's like, yeah, like
the
they cut it
earthquake.
just before. No, he's right there and throws water. They cut that just before she did that.
Well, no, that part when they were doing the sex tapes.
That was funny
When
too.
the earthquake happened.
Oh yeah, you
the
missed
dust-
that. Yeah, the dust settled on the thing for
The
a few
dust
minutes.
fell down. You could see its shoulder, and then like ran away, and the dust just exploded.
It just stood there like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ah!
So that little girl's face, she's like, she looked like a Japanese gremlin or something.
Did you see the part
Squint-eyed
when
and sullen.
I blinked. I missed what her
little-
face looked
the
like.
little girl was describing what the demon looked like?
I didn't see that.
She just said he was really tall and was old.
But
And she's like, don't call him
what about
fat.
what about the sheet thing? I thought it was gonna be the little girl, then it just dropped.
I think everyone that was
a great
cool.
part.
Yeah,
I was just like-
was totally expecting that.
I just saw it and I'm like, I expected it to be taller. But then I thought, well, what if it was just holding the sheet like this?
Yeah.
that's
Just the
right.
way, but how would it have gotten the shape though?
It didn't really have shape. It looked like a kid.
I know,
Unless
but
it
I'm
can shape shift.
Which explains why it dropped it.
ah. That-
why it collapsed in on itself.
Yeah, I guess that does kind of make
Unless it's
sense.
a teleporting demon.
Dude,
You know, this
if
actually
demons weren't bad enough, now they can teleport. Damn.
Oh god, this thing's like autofocusing like shit. But no, that actually brought up something for me. You remember in the first one how it was kind of messing with them, but it didn't really start getting bad until Mika started pissing it off.
Yeah.
I think what it is you know, the guy that doctor that they talk to, he's like, don't invite it in, don't try and communicate with it. I think it's kind of like
Are these your
I suppose-
driving gloves?
I guess. Anyways, Kev, are you sniffing the fur on your hood?
This is a brand new jacket on. It smells
He is sniffing it.
interesting. I bought it today.
It's that new jacket smell.
I don't know.
Seriously,
what this
Landon,
is.
you
This
need
is
to like hold this. It's just
beautiful
autofocusing like shit when it sits
non-essence
there.
of Kevin.
Like,
Like it will.
I got
adapt. It will become part of the collective soon.
but no, what? I'm trying to think of what it is. You and me talked about this one time, Kev. It's like if you invite it in, you give it power.
Yeah, like
That's what the
Feeds on fear.
true demonology.
Oh, you're gonna drop some knowledge on us?
A demon has more power if you give it permission. Like, there's depending on your beliefs, it seems there's certain natural bounds that it can't cross until you say yes, you can do that.
Well, they were reading, when you got up, Drew, they were reading out of that book, and he was reading it. It said that it feeds off your fear.
That's yeah, like poltergeists and stuff do tend to feed on fear because they'll start off slowly and they'll build up, and then either they'll cease happening altogether.